はい、おはようございます。Good morning, everyone. And thank you so much for inviting me to speak at your Sangha. And I am so happy and grateful to have this opportunity to share with you my appreciation for the teaching of the Nembutsu and the heart of the Amida Buddha. So to begin, I would like to eh, share uh, the theme of today's my Dharma reflection, a Wasam poem by Shinran Shonin. So as you wish, please join me in Gasho. My eyes being hindered by blind passions, I cannot perceive the light that grasps me. Yet the great compassion, without tiring, illumines me always. Namandavats, 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 namandavats. Shinran Shonin, Venerable Shinran himself encountered this working of Amida Buddha's great compassion and overjoyed in that he wanted to share that with all of us. So today I like to reflect together on the nature of this Amida Buddha's great compassion. Shinran Shonin teaches us that Amida Buddha's great compassion is a constant presence, a warm and illuminating light that keeps thinking of us, cares for us, and shines upon us without ever growing tired or giving up, whether we notice it or not. And there is someone in my own life who has given me a glimpse of what that never tiring love actually feels like. That's my grandmother back in Japan. My grandmother is 98 years old, and thankfully, very thankfully, her mind and body are still both holding up quite well. And this grandmother is my mother's mother. And I grew up in the same house with her since from the day I was born. And as Chemi-san told in the introduction of me, I lost my mother, but still my father and grandmother still live that house together. And since going off for college, I spent all my years in Tokyo, away from that home. And as again, Chiemi-san said, my hometown is actually less than an hour from Tokyo Station by Shinkansen. So I was able to visit that home fairly often. And my grandma always looked forward to my visit. And even if I could only stay for a short while, the moment she saw my face, she would just light up and says, I'm so glad you are here. Thank you for coming. And then, after maybe a few days, the moment I started packing to head back to Tokyo, her mission would begin. What I can only maybe describe as the gift attack. So, my name is Yukari, and so Yukari-chan, I know you love apples, right? And we have so many. So take as much as you want. Or I remember you said you like this carrot juice. So I bought a whole box for you. Or are you getting enough nutrition? This supplement is supposed to be really good. So why don't you take this box? She just wanted me to eat well and stay healthy and be happy. And all of it was her love offered in the form of something she could hand me. And if I simply said, "Oh, thank you, Grandma," and received, then she would she would have been overjoyed. But if I am being honest, I didn't always meet her where she was. I live in Los Angeles, and if in Los Angeles, I could just load everything into a car. But in the area around Tokyo, we travel by train or metro. So I couldn't carry all of them, all those bags. And my bag with my laptop alone already felt like too much to me. So I would say, "Oh, Grandma, I cannot take all this." Then she would counter with, "Okay, then I'll mail it for you." And more often than not, I would say, "Oh, no, please don't. The shipping cost more than the juice itself." Thinking, thinking that I can get everything in Tokyo. And in my head, I was being practical. But in reality, I was turning away from my grandma's warmth, her love. Excuse me. And when I finished packing and was ready to leave the house, she would first see me off at the front door, and then, despite her aching back, she would make her way to the back gate, the one that faces the road toward the station, just to catch one last glimpse of me and call out a final goodbye. And as I walked toward the station, I would feel a quiet pang of regret. Once again, I wasn't able to truly receive her love. Whenever feel that regret, there is a scene that always comes to mind. A scene from animation film, Kiki's Delivery Service. Has anyone seen it? Maybe Chiemi-san has seen this film. So it's a Studio Ghibli film from 1989. And I believe the 4K IMAX version of this film has been shown in the theater in the United States recently. And the story follows a young witch named Kiki who leaves home to make her way in the world and starts a delivery service in a seaside town. And one of the clients is a kind woman, madam, who wants to send her granddaughter a herring pie for her birthday party. The electric oven breaks down, so Kiki helps bake the pie in the old wood-fired oven. And then in the pouring rain, she delivers it. And this is the granddaughter and the granddaughter's response was like that. Oh, it's from grandmother. She sent a herring pie again. I told her I didn't want it. Oh, I hate this pie. And she slams the door. I have seen this film more times than I can count. Enough times that this scene has quietly logged itself in my memory. And I remember feeling both outraged, what a terrible granddaughter, and deeply saddened that such a thing could happen. But sometime or somewhere along the way, I realized that granddaughter was me. And when that sunk in, it stopped being just a movie scene. It became a mirror. And every time it comes to mind, I feel the weight of it. And when I recently looked into the story again to write the Dharma talk, I came across an interview in which a director, Hayao Miyazaki, talks about his intention behind this scene. He said he wanted to capture something real. That this kind of exchange between grandparents and grandchildren is actually quite common. And he continued, the most painful truth is that many of the people who feel angry watching their granddaughter are doing the exact same thing without even realizing it. This insight stopped me in my tracks. I understood my grandma's love with my head, and I knew it was there, but I was the one putting up the wall. And yet, no matter how many times that happened, my grandma, never stopped thinking of me. She would send me a message like, oh, I heard there was a snowstorm in New York. Are you all right in Los Angeles? She has no idea how far apart those two cities are. And also, she would she would say something like, in the winter, Yukari-chan, it's getting cold. You're not coming down with anything, are you? And again, she has no idea that even on New Year's Day here in Los Angeles, you can walk around in t-shirt. But my grandma, she simply cannot help herself. Her love for her granddaughter is too deep to stay quiet. Amida Buddha is exactly like my grandma, but with boundless great compassion. My grandma thinks of me, her granddaughter, but her love is particularly to me. But Amida Buddha holds every single being with that same quality of love, as if each of us were the one only beloved child, irreplaceable and precious. And that is what it means to say that the Buddha is the embodiment of infinite wisdom and boundless compassion. And that light, Amida Buddha's light, the light of Amida Buddha's compassionate working, reaches us without ceasing. Amida Buddha has been thinking of me, us, all along, whether we notice that or not. And out of that deep concern of my pain, your pain, and my suffering, your suffering, Amida Buddha made a vow and has been working to reach us, to free us from that suffering. Amida Buddha is so concerned for each one of us, so unable to look away, that the Buddha is constantly gently speaking to us. Are you hurting? Are you struggling? I am right here with you, so you can rest easy. I've got you. That gentle voiceless voice, is Namo Amida Butsu. Amida Buddha says to us, I have put all my wisdom and all my heart into this name to free you from suffering. So please just receive this gift of Namo Amida Butsu. As human being bound by the affliction of greed and anger and ignorance, we can only act from self-centeredness, and that is the very thing that causes us suffering. And so often it causes suffering for those around us. And that's a painful thing to sit with. However, it's not something we can simply fix on our own. And it is precisely because that suffering that Amida Buddha sees and wishes to free us from them. And yet, just as I turned away from my glamorous heart, love outreached the hand. I have again and again pushed away that Amida Buddha's heart the Nembutsu offered to me, thinking, oh, I don't need this. I can handle my life, my own life, just fine. And still, Amida Buddha does not give up. Over and over. Okay, this time, and the next time, and the time after that, Amida Buddha's gentle voice never ceases. Those of us who say the Nembutsu now have received Amida Buddha's heart. That name, Namo Amida Butsu, is Amida Buddha's voice, always present, always working alongside me, alongside all of us. And if through that I am able to find even moment of peace, that more than anything is what brings Amida Buddha joy. When we finally received the Nembutsu, truly receive that Amida Buddha is the one most overjoyed. Oh, you finally received it. I am so glad. The depths of that joy reflects the depths of the waiting and the depths of the effort of Amida Buddha to reach us. And when that settles in, something naturally arises in me. Remorse or sense of like, I am sorry for turning away so long. And at the same time, a deep feeling of gratitude. Thank you for never letting go. And from that place, the Nembutsu rises, naturally comes out of my mouth. I have come to hear that even when I had closed myself off, Amida Buddha never stopped reaching toward me, never stopped holding me in that compassion. And knowing this gives me something to stand on. This gives me the strength to walk through each day with gratitude, even in difficult times, difficult moments. So I am deeply grateful to have encountered this heart of Amida Buddha, this compassionate heart of Amida Buddha. The great compassion that never grows tired and never gives up. So that was my Dharma talk. And so lastly, I wanted to say congratulations to your 80th celebration, anniversary celebration. And so to close my Dharma talk, please join me in Gasho. Namandavts, 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 namandavts. Thank you very much. I'll stop sharing.